Hey guys, it's Ninja Cookie 4 and I am here to give you guys some tips on cosplaying. This is mainly for beginners because I wouldn't say I'm at an expert level yet. No, I would definitely not say I'm at an expert level yet. But I'm past the beginner level now, so I'm going to go ahead and give some tips if you're just beginning cosplaying. So I hope you enjoy, and here's the tips. So tip number 1 is deodorant. Most people are going to think when they hear this, hey, that's common sense, what are you telling us to wear deodorant for? But it's actually one of the most ignored things at anime cons and like Comic Con. It's really ignored. And when you're in cosplay, a lot of the times you're in wigs, and wigs are another set of hair on your head, which will get hot and will make you sweat. And yeah, that's not fun to smell the sweat. So do yourself a favor, do other people a favor, and make deodorant your best friend. Just do it, because if you make deodorant your best friend, you're gonna probably have more friends, in all honesty, because more people want to be around you. And I think that you will make more friends, definitely, if you wear deodorant. I can promise, because people don't want to be around other people that just smell bad. And even though that should be common sense, I'm just going to put it out there so people know. Along with tip number 1, perfume and Axe are not deodorant. You can wear perfume and deodorant, or Axe and deodorant at the same time, but you can wear deodorant without either one of those, but perfume or Axe without deodorant doesn't help you. It actually makes you smell worse than you did in the beginning. And so just don't do that, okay? It's not deodorant, just don't. The second tip is safety pins, because accidents happen, you don't plan an accident, so accidents happen. Even if you think you sewed your costume really well, or if you bought it off of a really well-known store online, whatever, there's always that fact that accidents are going to happen. Somebody might step on the end of your long dress and rip it apart. And a safety pin will help you go through the day until you get back to your hotel room and you can fix it. Also, if you're going to bring a small backpack, put like a needle and some thread in there, because any sewing thing will help you, definitely, because like I said, accidents happen, so it's just best to bring some. This is tip number 3, and this is mostly if you're going to cons. It's also, just going to the mall. But there's always stuff there at the mall. Well, at my mall there is. But if you're going to cons, bring a first aid. Just bring band-aids or bring something, because even though sometimes there's things there that you can use, people, if they really like your character, they might glomp you, and you could get knocked over, and that's not fun if you get knocked over and like scratch your knee. Because then your knee's bleeding, and if you don't have a band-aid, yeah, it's going to get all over your costume, and you're not going to be happy about that. What if you're like China, and you have white pants on, and your knee is bleeding? That's not going to be pretty. So, yeah, just remember, first aids are always good, because, like I said, for tip number 2, accidents happen. Tip number 4 is water. Because without your H2O, you're going to get dehydrated and you're going to get sick. Summer is definitely the season for anime cons, and summer is hot, so that doesn't work out very good if you don't have water. You can definitely buy water at the con. They're going to sell water because people are going to forget their water bottles, but they could be anywhere from $3 to $8 usually, so you're going to want to definitely bring your own if you can. And I'm pretty sure you'll probably find a water fountain somewhere, because they're usually in convention centers, and so they usually have water fountains, and you can refill yours, and if you take it from your fridge, maybe you bought like a 6 or 12 pack of water and you brought it to your hotel with you, that'll give you multiple water bottles, and it'll be a little bit more expensive than one water bottle at the anime con. So think about it. If you're bringing money to spend on souvenirs, you don't want to spend most of that money on a bottle of water because you're dehydrated. So bringing your own water is very good. Don't think, especially if you're going to a rave, don't think you can just skip out on water at all, because you're going to get dehydrated and you're going to get sick, and that's not going to be fun. So make sure you drink plenty of water. Tip number 5 is food. Now, okay, you're doing a lot of things at anime cons, and even if you're going to the mall, you're running around and stuff. And at the mall, you can usually, and at my mall, they have like corn dogs and pretzels and just things like that that you can buy, so that's whatever. But if you're at cons, they're gonna want you to spend money on them, and so it's somewhere from 7 to 10 usually for like a hot dog, and that's just ridiculous when you could stop by, drive through McDonald's on your way there and stick some food in your bag. I know Anime Expo doesn't check bags. I don't think SakuraCon checks bags. I don't think, a lot of them don't check bags. It's very rare if they do. So just bring your own food and it'll be much easier. Don't try to skip out on food, especially if you're like at a 3-day con. I mean, yeah, they're usually all day. And so you're going to be skipping out most of your meals, and you don't want to get sick and like miss the last day or anything like that. You're going to multiple day cons, you just don't want to do that. Tip number 6 is more about wigs than going to cons or anything. I mean, it is about cons too, but it's more about just wearing the wig itself. Now, most people do wear wig caps. There are some people who don't, because their hair is so short they can just pull it over, and they're really lucky that way. My hair is not allowed to be that short according to my mom, so yeah. If you have a wig cap on, don't think you shouldn't hairspray it. I don't know, some people think you shouldn't hairspray it because of the wig, but wigs can stand hairspray, and you're not hairspraying the wig, you're hairspraying your wig cap so it'll stay better. I don't understand that. I think that if you don't have one on and your hair is kind of long, yes, you can, for like a photo shoot maybe, just pull your hair into it and it'll last for a little while, but it won't last very long in all honesty. So you're going to want to wear a wig cap, so while you're walking around at a con or with your friends or even just doing photo shoots, whatever, don't want, like, if you have a Sakura wig on or a Miku wig on, and you have black hair, you don't want hair hanging down your neck that's the wrong color of the wig. You just don't want that. So wig caps are very important. Tip number 7 is shoes. When you're walking around an anime con, especially in big convention centers, okay, girls, I know wearing high heels are adorable. I love high heels. I can barely walk in them, but I love high heels. But it's going to get uncomfy, especially if you're walking to your hotel and back. So if your character wears these, outrageous heels, or just heels in general, and you have a bag, bring sneakers. I know it probably won't go with your outfit, whatever. Just bring sneakers for when you're walking long distances. You'll thank me. Like, it'll be way better in the long run, I promise. Because I'm going to mention next, the bus system can get very messed up. No, probably going to mention that next. No, but the bus system does get very messed up. And so there's times where you're just going to get sick of waiting for the bus, and you're going to end up walking to the con from your hotel, and walking back, and you don't want to walk in those heels. And especially if it's daytime and you try to walk barefoot, yeah, you'll be able to see if there's like rocks and sticks on the ground or whatever. But if it's nighttime, you're not going to see that, and you don't want to step on it and get hurt and be in more pain walking around the next day than the heels are already giving you. So just kind of bring sneakers. Guys get to wear sneakers because they're guys and they look great in sneakers no matter what they're wearing. It's not fair, but well, yeah, it's not fair. So just think about that. Tip number 8 is attitude. Attitude is very important when you're at an anime con. Now, having a confident attitude is great. That is an amazing thing. You should have a confident attitude, because even if your cosplay in your mind is, oh, it's hand sewn, it's not as beautiful as hers, or it's not as great as his, it's still a great cosplay. Just the fact that you like anime should bring everybody together, and I don't think we should all be judging each other, but for some stupid reason we do, And it's not right, but it's just what people do. And so don't have an attitude like that. Because, honestly, think about money. Okay, economy nowadays, I don't want to go into this, but economy nowadays isn't good. And some people can't afford as great cosplays as others. Some wigs won't have come as great as they thought when they ordered them offline, and that's not their fault. Please don't judge people by that. Do not be putting other people down. And, along with attitude, being the loudest, most obnoxious person there does not make you the coolest. I can absolutely promise that. It makes people dislike you, in all honesty. And I know right now, I think I've said in all honesty like a billion times in this video, I know right now that I was just saying don't judge people, but it's kind of hard not to judge somebody when they're being loud and obnoxious and will not be quiet. So if an easy way for everybody to just get along is don't put people down about their cosplays, because you have to think about the situation first. And don't try to show off too much. If you're from Naruto, it's okay to be crazy. I mean, yes, you're with your friends, and yes, you're in cosplay. So, yeah, it's kind of like crazy prone. But don't be over it. If you're from Naruto, don't be challenging every person you see, or running circles around people like a ninja, like people you don't even know. Glomping people's okay. People are going to get glomped. Honestly, in my mind, I would love to be glomped. It'd be amazing. But I do mostly girl characters, and they don't really get glomped that much. Unless you're like Haruhi. Haruhi gets glomped. But, you know, whatever. The attitude is a big thing to think about. Tip number 9 is about your hotel when you go to anime cons. If you're planning on going to that con, you know, every year, and you're getting the same hotel, please don't make the hotel staff mad because you might not be allowed back at that hotel. Staying up until 3 in the morning partying will make the hotel staff mad. It will make people in the room next to you mad, and they will complain to the manager, and you could even get kicked out of your hotel. It's happened before. Don't think that's weird. It's just what happens because people aren't thinking. Other people are trying to sleep, and you should be trying to sleep too, because if you're going to an anime con, you're going to be doing things the next day, you know, and you don't want to be all worn out and tired and grouchy because you spent all night partying. So just think about that. It's another good thing to think about, because you don't want to go grouchy to like the rave, and you don't want to be all tired and not be able to party like everybody else, and people won't appreciate your grouchy attitude that you're giving them just because you wasted your time partying. So make sure you think about that. Also, if you're just like, whatever, I'm gonna party anyway, I don't care what she says, one, while you're watching this video, and two, if you're worried about your appearance, if you're gonna stay up till 3 in the morning, you're gonna get dark circles. That's not gonna look great. Tip number 10 is the lines at the anime cons. I know AniJam has online registration, but there's still gonna be lines. You know, there's lines for everything at anime cons just because a lot of people go. And so while you're waiting in lines, people are gonna have questions when they get to, you know, whatever the line is for, and they're gonna be buying stuff, you know, just whatever. You're gonna want to bring something to do, whether it's your GS or, you know, like a PlayStation thing, or, you know, just a gaming system, a book. I've seen people with drawing pads. You know, if you're standing in a very still line, you can stand there and draw. Or some people can draw and walk at the same time, but I haven't mastered that. You know, your phones, which you're gonna probably want to save the battery on while you're in the con. You know, like before the con or after, you know, whatever. Phone batteries last quite a while usually, but while you're in the con, most people just put their phones away in their pockets or in their bags and only take them out for like emergencies and stuff, because if an emergency does happen, you know. But most people are with other people that have cell phones too, so there's multiple cell phones throughout their group, and it's kind of rare that they'd all die at the same time, you know, whatever, like zombie apocalypse or something. But that was weird. You know, just bring something to do in line. So tip number 11 is don't be a stalker. I know that sounds really weird, but it does happen. Sometimes it happens if you see your favorite character. And I mean, it's one thing to walk up to them and tell them you like the character and that you like their cosplay. Get like their cell phone number, their Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, DeviantArt, fanfiction.net, anything like that where you can get a hold of them. That's different, get their email, just whatever. That's different than seeing your favorite character and following the person around all day. If they notice you, they could call security. There's that possibility, by the way. They're not going to enjoy their day with somebody following them around like a little lost puppy. No offense to anybody, but that's what people do sometimes. And voice actors or, guest stars at anime cons, they love their fans. Why would they go to those things if they hated their fans? But people will follow them around like stalkers, and let me just say, it's very creepy, so please don't do that. It's just something to think about. Don't be creepy because people don't enjoy it, and it'll ruin other people's experience, and that's not fair. Okay, this is the last one. It's tip number 12, and it's just as bad as making a quiz and asking the what's your favorite color question. So please forgive me for saying this, but make sure to have fun. Don't stress out because somebody else was the same character as you and you like their cosplay more than you liked your own. Because that's actually kind of normal, because just because it's yours, you're going to like other people's more. Unless theirs is like really bad, whatever. But make sure you have fun, because usually you paid a lot of money to go to that anime con, and you don't want to look back at it and be like, why did I stress about that the whole time? Because I didn't even enjoy myself. Just have fun. Okay? Okay. Okay, so tip number 13, I know, I lied. I said tip number 12 was the last one, but I'm sorry, so forgive me for that if you can. And I did realize that there's something I mentioned in maybe every single one of them, almost every single one of them, that's a bag. Bags are very good to bring, even if they don't match your cosplay. I'm pretty sure most people will have bags because they will take most of the things I mentioned, because when you're not a beginner, those things are common sense. And so, just a bag would be a good idea, and they can range anywhere from backpacks to anime bags, just whatever, just a bag. So, thanks for watching this video. I know it was kind of long, and I know I tried to put pictures up for the tips that I was giving out, try to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm on a vacation right now. Well, yeah, it's not very vacation-y like so far, but I'm on a trip right now, and I don't really have my camera with me because I forgot it, so I have my laptop, so just decided to do a voiceover and put pictures up. Hopefully it gave you guys an idea of what to use also. So, thanks for watching.